All right, so welcome back to our fireside chat. I call it like my living room behind the scenes. Hope you all have been enjoying all the focus sessions so far, really incredible speakers. But now we're going to be talking about femtech. But before we get into femtech, I'm going to describe what femtech is, right? So what is femtech? This refers to technology that addresses women's health issues, including menstrual health, reproductive health, sexual health, maternal health, and menopause. Or as I like to say, my perimenopause fan. I carry it around with me. So, why do we need to be investing in femtech? Well, I've got the incredible Jennifer Grönqvist here with me. And so I'm going to introduce Jennifer, and then we'll get into it, right? We will. So Jennifer is a future strategist and transformation leader with a long background in deep tech and digital. She's one of the co-founders of DAYA, a femtech innovation platform based in Sweden, Nairobi, and soon the US. So welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you, Lola.
Yeah, how are you
nice
doing?
To be here. I'm good. I'm enjoying myself. It's my first time.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
welcome. You're in the right place. And hopefully not your last time.
No.
No. So what does DAYA do?
Well, DAYA is a venture studio, and we build femtech companies. And we also accelerate femtech companies. But yeah.
And why was it created, though?
Well, as co-founders, we were in the innovation system before, and we worked with coaching startups and building startups. And there was this mantra, not only in Sweden and the Nordics, but in the whole innovation scene, there's this mantra that there are no female founders, which is weird. But the other thing that we also noticed was that this system is sort of rigged against us. It's very excluding for women. And we've noticed it more and more since we started DAYA, because women, they tend to innovate differently. They have a very complex thinking, and they think many generations ahead when they innovate, whilst the startup system is sort of, it's based on, it's founded in Silicon Valley in the 50s, and it hasn't changed. So it's kind of, conformistic. It's the same pitches. If you go to a pitch event, you see the same type of format, like 100 pitches, and also the tools, like the business model canvas. It doesn't trigger my fantasy and my imagination. So we needed new systems and new models and new processes.
Oh, excellent. And so would you say femtech is the quickest way to create more female tech entrepreneurs?
I definitely think so. I think that female health, which is the subject area, is almost the only area that women actually can claim as ours, and actually mansplain it to somebody else. So maybe it's an easier entry point for a woman to become an entrepreneur and also a tech entrepreneur, which is needed. And as you know, many entrepreneurs are serial entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So once they learned this process, they will go on to innovate and start other companies, and that's really something that we need in the world right now.
Absolutely. So can you tell us a bit about some of the companies that have kind of come through your ecosystem? Yeah.
Do you mean our ecosystem or?
Yeah, like with DAYA, because you say you also kind of incubate others.
Yeah. So we look at 25 different areas when it comes to female health, and it's both biological health and also contextual female health, which is stress, public safety, violence in relationships, all that sort of thing, and also space. And we see companies coming through in all of these areas, actually. There has been a lot of focus on maternal health, for starters, which is natural, and fertility. I think you interviewed some of them today. Yes. So Leia, for example, which has been through DAYA as well, and you have Ovuli, I think they were here as well.
I think they were on the main stage, actually, with Stephanie.
Oh, so maybe that was it. Yeah, I missed that.
Yes.
So we have a lot of femtech companies coming through in Sweden.
Okay.
But right now it's in the US they have I think 54% of the market. So Europe really needs to catch up.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. So in terms of kind of business opportunities for investing, in female-led companies, what are some of the biggest issues? So you said like maternal health is one of them, but where are the spaces you feel like more companies can create solutions to?
There
Like
are
within.
so many. I mean, endometriosis is a disease or a chronic condition that 5 to 10% of all women suffer from, and there is no cure yet. We need a lot of solutions. The most interesting area for me is, I think, a big part of being a woman is pain. With new technologies, you see a lot of companies addressing pain with completely new solutions. You have Mooneye, I think it's a Stockholm company that they cure menstrual pain with sound.
Oh, wow.
And you also have Samfire coming from the UK that treat both PMS and menstrual pain with a headset with microelectricity. Yes.
Yeah.
So to me, that's the most interesting area, and also space exploration,
Okay.
which is,
Yes.
there are not a lot of women in it.
Yeah, no, now we're going to stick to space exploration a little bit. So what have you been seeing in the industry in terms of kind of next generation innovation regarding that?
Regarding space?
Yeah, space, especially from
Well,
a female
for
lens, yeah.
females, not a lot. But I know that both NASA and SpaceX and ESA are working on enhancing the environments for women.
Okay.
But they are very, they don't communicate a lot around it, so I don't really know what's going on. I think it's a big black space for me. It's something that we really want to get into. And I think the main question is actually, why are we exploring space?
Yes.
Of course we want to, but why and how?
Correct.
And if more women get into that, I think it would be more fun and more sustainable. I'm pretty sure.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So let's see, how can we support women in tech, and femtech ventures? How can we support them in terms of like investing? We know the percentage in terms of still 2% or less, but what more can we do?
To be honest, I think that women, they're going to disrupt this system, and I think that they are going to find new ways of funding their ventures eventually. But only 2%
Yes.
goes of invested capital goes to females in Europe and the US as well, and which is weird because female-led companies, study upon study show that they deliver twice as much per invested dollar. They create more revenue, they create more jobs than their male counterparts, and they also, a lot of recent studies have come to the conclusion that women are more, they have a larger appetite for growth and success than their male counterparts. Yes. So it's very weird that they get so little of the capital, but I think that the capital needs to go there, but the public funding could do a lot more, to actually serve the early ideas, because public funding is often folded for ideas that are already developed.
Exactly.
And that's very difficult. The first 2 years are very difficult.
So before I let you go, just tell us, just as short as you can, a little bit about you and why you got into femtech.
Well, I come from tech. I worked for 25 years in this industry and mostly worked with men. I never thought about it, but I was never creating any value. I could see that the tech industry was just turning around a lot of business and money, and the output was not satisfying for me. And as you know, we have a lot of problem in this world, and I know everybody that works in tech really wants to solve them. So femtech is for me a way of changing the tech industry, bringing more women into the tech industry. And that's basically my why I'm doing this.
Well, and thank you so much for your why and for DAYA. And thank you so much for sharing your experiences with us as well.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries. So enjoy the rest of the program. Yeah. So thank you, Jennifer.